My name is Ryan Scott. Are you ready to break the chain at Standard Diner? Let's go inside and see what they're cooking today. Are you tired of having the same meal at the same national chain restaurant? I'm Ryan Scott, and I'm going to show you how to break the chain. One of the most creative chefs I've ever met, Saul Peñawa. You know, I hear he's kind of a mad scientist whenever it comes to food here at Standard Diner.
Yeah, I get pretty crazy when it comes to the culinary arts in the kitchen, man. I like to fuse the food with New Mexico food. Some of my travels are across the world.
So what are some of the things you're going to be making for us today?
We're going to do our smoked Gouda, golden raisin, jalapeno poppers with green chili pesto, blue corn chicken and waffles with the piñon crusted chicken, and our beer battered country fried tuna.
I haven't eaten all day and I'm starving. So are we ready to cook?
Let's go back there and do this.
All right. Okay, Chef, what are you going to make for me today?
We're going to start with our jalapeno poppers stuffed with golden raisins, piñon, smoked Gouda, and wrapped with bacon. So we're going to start off by taking the membrane out of the jalapeno. Unless you like the heat, which I do, but sometimes they're a little bit too hot. We're going to get a little bit of piñon in there.
Now that's not what I see typically in a jalapeno popper is piñon. I mean, what kind of inspired you to put piñon in there?
New Mexico. That's what inspired me.
That's the answer.
New Mexico, and we're going to put a little chicken curry smoked Gouda in there. Get these nice and crispy.
So I know a lot of people with jalapeno poppers, they put the jalapeno popper immediately in the oven. By doing this, what are you hoping to accomplish by doing it?
Crisping up the bacon a lot faster and get it crispy on the outside, and we'll finish it off in the oven.
Okay.
So the cheese gets nice and melty in the middle, and it'll be just a bunch of love.
On a really, really busy day, when a lot of people are ordering this jalapeno poppers, you have to go through this same process. You make each one of these by hand.
Yes.
Like on a really busy day, how many of these do you make?
Anywhere from 150 to 175.
Wow.
And we sell them pretty good. They're getting popular.
Is it ever something where you see somebody seize whenever they see the jalapeno poppers come by, and other tables who otherwise would not?
It's a reaction, like everybody wants to order them right after that. And they smell the bacon coming out and that green chili from the pesto. And yes, definitely. People smell it or look at the next table and ask what that is and want it right after. And you want the cheese to get melty and gooey in there. And once they come out, it's like crack. You're addicted to it, man. Good stuff.
I really appreciate the balance of flavor. The jalapenos are hot, but they're not too hot. Mm-hmm. The green chili pesto really adds flavor to it. Doesn't add just heat.
Yes.
I'll tell you what the kicker is that smoked Gouda that's on the inside.
It is the smoked Gouda. That's what makes it. The smoked Gouda and the golden raisins.
You know, honestly, tasting this, if somebody blindfolded me, I don't know if I could tell you there were golden raisins in there. Okay. Absolutely delicious. I could probably eat my body weight in those. What do you suggest I try next?
Country fried tuna. It's been on the menu, but we redid it with our pesto, our green chili pesto, and we used to do it with tempura batter, but we recreated it with marble red beer batter.
Okay, so how do you suggest it? So I want to get one of this. I like this piece. I want to get a little bit of the tartar sauce.
Yes.
I want to get a little bit of the tartar sauce in there, and then cut a piece of the risotto cake here in a second. The thing I love about this is it's a beautiful piece of ahi tuna.
Yes.
And it's not, and the rest of the flavors are not overwhelming the beautiful ahi tuna. Mm-hmm. Everything really seems to complement.
It comes together.
Oh man, I need to go in again.
I'm told that this is the best it's been yet.
And you know, switching from the tempura batter to that beer batter, it adds a different element of taste. It doesn't, you know, I'm still hungry.
We're gonna do a blue corn waffle, chicken and waffles.
A blue corn waffle, chicken waffles.
Yes.
Let's see how we do it.
All right, we're gonna start off with our blend oil. We're gonna bread our chicken.
So you go from the flour into the egg wash.
Egg wash, and right here we're gonna put some panko and some crushed piñon.
Okay, so why did you choose both the panko and the crushed pinon to go in there as
pinon
well?
will eventually burn if you don't cut it with a little bit of breading.
Okay. And so you're really going for the big time crunch in Sabine.
Yes. We're gonna go get that burning. Oil. Get that started.
Typically, how long does it take to fry that chicken on either side?
I would say about 4.5 minutes each side.
Okay.
There's our blue corn waffle.
I love watching a professional chef because they do things in their kitchen that I wish I could do at home. They have these 3 different pans going on at once, so they're flipping everything and they're cooking and just everything's in place when I'm at home. If I'm doing one thing, I get confused. So I always enjoy watching a professional do their work.
And go down with our bacon apple hash. Nice, beautiful, and juicy. And to finish that off, right on top, we're going to put the rainbow shard.
Okay, so obviously now we're going to go to the main event. We have to go to the chicken and waffles.
Yes, we got to go save
You
the
know,
best for last.
both sides of my family are from Tennessee.
Yeah.
So chicken and waffles is a staple in the South.
Yes,
Am I going to be disappointed, Saul?
No, you're going to be pretty happy with this one. Just because you're going to feel that New Mexico love in there.
Hey man, yeah, the corazon.
The corazon.
Gotta have that heart, that corazon.
Yes.
So we've got our beer syrup here that Saul was made. So do I just want to pour the syrup over the whole
just go at it,
kit and
man.
caboodle?
Yes. Awesome.
I'm gonna do that real slow. Okay, so for something like this, I'm definitely gonna want to get a little bit of the hash,
Get a little bit of hash because you have that tartness from the apples.
a little bit of the
saltiness
chard.
from the saltiness from the bacon.
Okay, I'm gonna have to cut. Okay, I'm gonna need to use, like my mom told me, never to use 2 hands. I don't even have to use 2 hands. So
Oh,
I'm
you
gonna
can
get
use
a
2
little
hands here.
little piece of that chicken, little piece of that waffle. So I got the chicken, the waffle, the hash, and the shard all in one beautiful bite,
That's a perfect bite right there.
covered in the beer syrup. I'm trusting you.
Yeah. Well, I've had write-ups on this.
It works. I don't know a better way to say it other than it works. It doesn't sound like it would work because of the elements of the Swiss chard, of the bacon hash and Granny Smith apple, and the waffle. All the combinations don't sound like they work, and they work together, and it's a beautiful bite.
You get the little bit of grittiness from the blue cornmeal, but I like that little grittiness in that waffle.
But it adds that New Mexico element
Yes.
to it, where because you have that beautiful, pronounced back-end taste of that blue cornmeal
Exactly.
that you can taste
Yes.
wonderfully.
Did you know that they scratch make all of their bread and pastries every single day?
Hi, I'm with Sam Gray. He's the pastry chef here at Standard Diner, and he's made some wonderful looking desserts. What can you tell me about each of these desserts, Sam?
Maybe we'll start with our standard pie shot. This is one of our original desserts, actually. We used to do it as a whole pie, and what you have is an Oreo crust with a dark chocolate mousse, milk chocolate mousse, and a white chocolate mousse with a little more Oreo on top. And this was actually, I believe, one of the owner's grandmother's original recipe.
Oh, wow.
So kind of neat to keep it on.
What inspired you to put it in a little mason jar?
It just seems like shots were catching on, and what we do is we actually sell the mason jar for $2 if they want to take it home with a lid on it.
Hey, rock and roll.
Cool. Nice. And this is actually one of mine. This is a marble cream cheese brownie. So we use a real Belgian bittersweet chocolate, so there's no cocoa in it. And we actually do make a cheesecake batter with your cream cheese, eggs, and sugar. And then when you get everything to the right temp, swirl it in, serve it with some vanilla ice cream and chocolate sauce.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. What about this?
Okay, that's our lemon cream cake. So we start off with a really fine crumb chiffon sponge cake. From that, we soak a little lemon simple syrup in, and we do a nice lemon cream layer, which is really a lot of heavy cream, some whipped egg yolk, some corn syrup, and of course fresh lemon juice.
Oh, man.
And we do just a little bit of a light lemon cream cheese icing, a little bit of raspberry sauce on the bottom.
Is this one of those cakes that looks like it's going to be a lot thicker and more filling than it actually is whenever you
Yes.
Okay, this is going to be one of those.
So we wanted to kind of create it for maybe a lunchtime dessert, a little lighter, and you can finish the whole thing.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, what about that? That looks
And that's kind of a standard issue. That's our creme brulee.
Okay.
And it always sells great. It's always a pleaser, and it's always one of those desserts that everybody kind of knows what it is. And so, of course, it's a real vanilla bean creme brulee.
beautiful. Thanks for inviting us to Standard Diner today, Matt.
Glad you're here.
I had a couple questions. You were one of my favorite guests on our radio show, and I got to know you a lot after having you on there. You're going to be doing some changes to the Standard Diner here in the upcoming months. Is that something you'd like to share with the viewers about what you're planning to do?
We struggled quite a bit with when we first did Standard Diner. It's an old gas station from 1938, and it would be super easy to just fill it full of
Gas station
signs and all that stuff. And I've never wanted to go that route, but finding exactly what would work in here has been very, very difficult, and I've struggled with it for 6 or 7 years.
Well, you said originally that after it was a gas station, then it was a classic car dealership. Exactly. That's how you found out about the place. Could you tell the viewers that might not be familiar with that story?
That's kind of a fun part, and I thought about that when I was coming up with new design ideas. And one element that I'm doing, I bought a 1969 Cadillac convertible out of this building.
Do you still have the Cadillac convertible?
I don't, unfortunately. Actually, I'm fortunate I don't have it. It's actually in Holland at the moment is where it got sold to. There is a car element to this place, and I wanted to try and incorporate that into the restaurant without being...
Because you are a car guy.
I'm a huge car guy. But I didn't want it to be stereotypical. So years ago, I started finding at antique stores old hood ornaments from the 30s and 40s and 50s, classic American iron stuff, but they have this just beautiful look to them, and they're pieces of sculpture. So I've been scouring eBay and Craigslist for the last 2 months buying hood ornaments. I've got a whole wall of vintage hood ornaments that are coming into this.
I broke the chain.
This episode of Break the Chain is sponsored by Rich Ford. Which Ford? Rich Ford, Lomas and Wyoming Northeast. Break the Chain is produced by Nick Lehman Media, offering quality video and photography services for your business.